That's it, folks. We actually made one on time. You guys got 100% on one of the questions, and I actually made it through our presentation on time. So let's take a little while to review some questions. There's quite a few of them up on the board here. Have you guys been answering any of them, Alan or Jeff?
No, there's really only been one true question, or a couple so far, because most of them were people indicating that they couldn't see the screen.
Well,
so do you see the first question, Doug?
I do. When I update the retail sell price of an inventory item, actually I wonder if we can all see them. Oops, that didn't work real well, so let me bring that, if I can bring that back out. I'll try and, can you guys see that? I don't think so, because I'm seeing an audience view. Okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. I thought we could get the questions up to you. Anyway, why when I update the inventory item sell prices, does it not change or update the prices on those items if they're in a service package? Guys, what happens with that is when you link an item, and I'll try and make this short so we can cover more of the questions, but when you link an item to an inventory, when you link an inventory item in here to a service package, an example on, if I just wanted to go in here and link a particular oil filter to this, okay, then I'm going to go in and do an update. I'm going to go into my inventory, okay, I'm going to search on my oil filters, okay, and I don't guess it wouldn't work too good in the part number, would it? So let's put it in the description. Okay, and like I say, if I always use that oil filter when I do that oil change, I can bring it back. Now understand what we just did, guys. We went from the service package into inventory and took a picture. Understand the words. I took a picture of that inventory item as it was right now, and that's what it's going to save as. Now, if I go into inventory and I change the pricing on that part number, that's not going to change this picture. So if I want to see the pricing change here, then what I actually have to do is relink that inventory item to pick up the new pricing. Now, that's not such a bad thing. It's a little work, but understand this, okay? If I take that item and put it on, if I take this package and put it on a work order, when I put it on a work order, it looks back to the inventory and it will update the pricing at the work order. So if you want to see the updated pricing in the service package, then you are going to have to relink it. Okay, that's the only way we can bring that forward. To my knowledge, that may change in one of the updates coming up, but sorry, I hope that answers your question. Probably not what you wanted to hear. Okay, we've got another question in. When I update the retail sell price of an inventory item, well, that's the one we just answered, so got that. And Mark is actually left. Let's go down below. I'm very happy to learn about the invalid form, as every time I got them, I never read them, always deleted them. Yeah, it's very important. I will mention this. Sometimes you'll get an invalid, and let me tell you why. And it really doesn't mean anything. It's just how it's coded in the software. But sometimes you will get an invalid, and what they are is blank lines. Okay. In other words, if I have lines on here that I'm trying to import that doesn't have any information in it, it will tell me it's invalid, but it will create that file. So always, if you ever see that it's created an invalid file, go look at that file. If there's nothing on it, usually what that means is there were just some blank entries in here that were in the update. There's nothing there, so the software says, I don't understand. But if there is true incorrect information, then it will give you a list of those items. It's not going to tell you what's wrong with them, but if you refer back to, we can't import formulas, things of that nature, those are usually what they are. Or I've even had some people that have given me inventory import lists without part numbers, and it will not import them. So these two fields are definitely required. So yeah, look at your invalids. Okay. Not really Can you undo what has just been imported?
I think
I'm assuming you.
cards.
I'm sorry.
To importing inventory materials.
Okay, there's not an undo, but I'll tell you what, I was kind of practicing for our webinar, and I've actually imported this inventory list here about 5 times over the last day or two. I don't know why it's not picking it up here.
Services. You're in services.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good reason why. Thanks, Alan. Okay, so if you mess up, okay, go in and delete them. Do it over. Don't delete them if you've got in-stock quantities. So I'd have to go back and rerun my recount back to 0 and then delete it and then re-import it. So there's not an undo, but there is a delete and start over, and that's about the best I have for you there. Okay.
You can delete multiple items at one time.
Oh, yeah. You can go in here and say, I just want to delete that item, or I want to delete that one, this one, this one, this one, or I can take the whole list and delete the whole list. If you're going to do a whole list, usually if you have a couple of items or a batch of items, as we call them, it's going to ask you to enter a security code so that we can track that. But yeah, if you mess up, but just be careful if you've got in-stock quantities. And just delete them out and do it again. Maybe even, I would probably encourage you guys to set up a profit center and one service category, similar to what I've done here. I just went in and created a test profit center with a couple of test service categories, because if I import this into an existing service category that already has a bunch of other stuff, then I'm going to have trouble, picking those out. So if I import them here, singled out, then, like I said, and I do this a lot because now, okay, I can make sure everything worked right, and if everything looks good, okay, then I can go to that, and if I now say all these items are good, yeah, they're ready to go, then I'm going to take them, I'm going to do a batch update, I'll take my update information, and then, hey, once they're all good, then I'm going to put them in tires and wheels, and they'll all move into tire and wheels. So it might be nice to have a service category, okay, your imports, so you're not blending them in with a whole bunch of other stuff, because if you do that, it's going to be hard to go in and find those items. Area. If you want to delete it, it's easy to delete, and then when you don't move them in where you want them. And here, I'll just finish that up. Okay, so now all those items are no longer under this test category. Those items are now in my automotive service under my tires and wheels. Obviously, I have a bunch of other items in there, but now they're in here. I think a lot of them had little stars on the end, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just going to see if we could point them out here. No, they're in here somewhere, but they were all a Goodyear, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember who the supplier was on them. But anyway, that's essentially what happens. You can move them around. Okay, another good method I have found that works well for us for doing the batch updates is to use the Google Sheets, which the inventory template then downloads. The file, and you can create it with Google Sheets and update the inventory. The added benefit of doing it from Google Sheets or from your phone, instead of writing all the paperwork, is transferring to your computer. It might help others as well. Yeah, Trevor, I'm not, as funny as it is, I'm probably not the best Google Sheets guys. So if that works for you, great.
That would be a really good method for just doing your count, and if you wanted to do it on a tablet or phone, yeah, and just have the Google Sheets app on the phone. But you'll have to learn how to use the Google Drive and Google Sheets, which is not so difficult, but if you're new, it can be.
Okay. Great, great, great. Anybody else? I'm not seeing any other questions, or do we? Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything else. Okay. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm sure you've got plenty of work to do. So again, I just want to say thank you all for attending. We'll get this recording uploaded. Our next webinar is going to be on the 23rd. Our topic that we're looking into is going to be really using the time clock on a technician side. So there is a technician view screen that the technicians can work with, and there are some time clock utilities that work real well. So if you're using the time clock or thinking about using the time clock, and that'd be a great one for you to jump in on. So on the 23rd, we'll be looking at time clock and from the technician view, and also some of the reports. How do you pull the information out for the time clock? So again, thanks everybody for attending. Wish you all good luck with the inventory imports and batch updates, and give us some feedback on what you'd like to see and how we're doing with these webinars, okay?